next up we have a piece called Sticks and Stones, which is written by Davy Tennyson.
Morning.
Morning.
So how's your young person night out in town?
Good.
Which is good?
Pretty fucking good, yeah. I mean, I'm hanging like you won't believe now, so that's tempering a little bit. But yeah, how was your old person night in front of the town?
Oh, fantastic. Stunning. You know, I watched half a season of Grey's Anatomy. It's not that boring. I had a hot bath and was in bed by 10:30. I'm just going to quickly circle back. Old person?
Are you not by at least like a solid 10 years older than me?
Yeah, but I'm not that old. Oh.
The 90s called. They said you were there.
I'm a student, actually.
You're a mature student.
What does that make you? An immature student?
Just a student, I think. You don't need the qualifiers. We fit the demographic people think of when you say student.
Alright, well, fuck you then. Anyway, let's see the outfit. No, sorry, let's see the fit, as you young'uns call it.
I don't know, that's just embarrassing.
That's it.
And I posted them on Instagram last night, which, by the way, is an app which lets you send pictures and text messages to all of your friends, and you can even call them.
So what's the big... Oh, I
Oh
mean
my
that because
God,
I know
all in
Insta.
one app.
I have Insta. Look, it confuses me. Like, what's a story? What's a reel? Like, what's the point? And who can be bothered?
Hopeless.
Okay.
Anyway, the fit. Shut up.
Oh, gorgeous. Stunning. Oh, boots, where'd you get them? Oh, the makeup. Are we going for like a slightly less problematic David Bowie, Tilda Swinton? I don't know what you were going for here, but I kind of like it.
That means a lot coming from a queer elder like yourself.
Queer elder. Oh, thank you. Anyway, am I getting the vibe?
Oh, totally. It's giving 50% glam rocker, 50% otherworldly creature, and 100% fag.
You can't say that.
What?
We can't. I just meant.
I can't say fag?
Well, no, it kind of hurts me.
You look like I just slapped you in the face.
I feel like you did. Well, no, actually, I kind of feel more like when Wile E. Coyote runs straight into a mountainside that he thinks a tunnel. Obviously not. Okay, to put it in your terms, you know when in Peppa Pig, George jumps in a muddy puddle?
Shut the fuck up!
Okay, but it kind of feels a bit like that.
I get your point. Why can't I, a fag, say fag?
It's a slur.
Yes, but for people like us, have you ever heard of reclaiming slurs?
Yes, but no, I guess you're right. Well, no, it's your right to do so, I suppose, but
But
well, God, I can explain. But it's gonna make me sound so old.
setting aside the material reality around that statement.
Oi, fuck you.
Dare I ask, what the fuck do you mean?
Okay. So, you know how the 90s and 2000s are kind of coming back into like fashion and stuff?
Right, where'd you get into that?
What's, yeah, except you're kind of not really nailing it because you do not understand how awful those haircuts were and the makeup. Like, you're kind of doing it good, but you're not really understanding the fact it was never good in the first place. And I'm kind of getting distracted, so
Right.
I'm a little bit nervous. Because, like, okay, yeah, it's fashionable, but it's also the conversations around women's bodies and, like, there was a whole lot of misogyny and racism and homophobia, like, you wouldn't believe. That's coming back.
Right, I mean, it was the past.
Yeah, but not
so,
that
like,
fucking distant because I grew up in it, right?
Right.
And, like, when I was in primary school, I mean, Section 28 was coming along.
Okay, don't hate me, but
kind of like that, but for the state school system, I guess.
Oh, so you couldn't say the word gay?
Well, it's more that, okay, it was for teachers, and they couldn't like promote homosexuality as a good and acceptable. And I think that the phrase they used was a positive thing.
Right.
So, you know, I mean, I think it got repealed when I was like 9 or something, but it's the culture stuck around.
Okay, so you were a gay kid who didn't know what gay meant.
Oh no, to be clear, everyone said gay all the time, but as an insult.
Right.
I mean, yeah, if you did something stupid, you'd be gay. If you fell over in the playground, you'd be gay. It was just that kind of, that's it. And teachers couldn't do anything about it because, well, that was illegal.
Right.
Right. Sorry, do you mind if
That's no. Go ahead.
I sort of, well, I kind of first encountered the word fag properly in kind of just after that, really. And I remember there was this guy, what's his name, Sean Zuke, and yeah, he was bullied relentlessly. He was a gentle guy, soft-spoken, and kind of always close to crying.
Right.
It was because this guy, Lee Calderwell, kept bullying him, and he bullied him so hard one day that he smashed his face into a locker that it broke his nose. Yeah, no, and I saw his face also being crusted in gore, and I kind of turn around and I see everyone laughing, and me included, because I just felt that spike of guilt that if anyone should be getting called a faggot, it should be me, right? But obviously they didn't know that, so they couldn't touch me, and it was that same kind of shame and guilt, you know.
I mean, fuck yeah. No, that's really bad. Like,
It was, but it was also kind of like casually accepted, you know.
I mean, those kind of things still happen.
Yeah, they do, and I'm not saying we live in a utopia,
Right.
but it's just like the level of normalized homophobic violence, I don't know, it's just through the roof. And like with my dad, do you know Hollyoaks?
The soap, like EastEnders.
Yeah, close that one you get. Anyway. Basically, I wasn't allowed to watch Hollyoaks when I was younger, when I was like 14 or something, because it was too grown up for me. But also like, well, it was on after The Simpsons, and once my sister left the room, then I could just say, oh, it came on, and I didn't notice, but obviously that's a white lie, because what I was actually there to see was this storyline where these two guys were getting kind of close, and like, you know, it was something magnetic. We were talking about Heath Driver the other day.
Go watch it. Go watch it.
But it was that kind of magnetic feeling, and then suddenly, one day, there they are, two blokes snogging on my TV, and I just kind of thought, oh, well, that confirmation, that affirmation that this is normal, this is something that two normal people are falling in love, and it kind of made me feel a bit giddy, like I wanted to cry.
Right. So like representation in media, but that was the first time
Well,
you saw it.
kind of and kind of not. Well, anyway, it doesn't really matter because my dad came over afterwards and yeah, no, he started shouting at me, and he kind of said that I shouldn't be watching those fucking faggots on the telly, and he got all red faced and spit flying everywhere. It was horrible, like poking me, and like I kind of thought, but I didn't even do anything. How can I get in trouble just for watching? You know? And anyway, you said I was a gay kid who didn't know what gay meant, right? That's not entirely true. 'Cause, like, even when I was younger, I remember there was this guy, Harry Brown, and like he called me absent-mindedly staring at him one day, not because of anything, just because I liked the way his hair looked. And I don't know, he turned around and said, "Oh, look at that weird little gay fag over there." And I felt that same spike of shame and embarrassment, you know?
Yeah. That's fucked as us young people see.
Yeah. Sorry, am I lecturing or what was the word you used? Trauma dumping. That was it.
Or some unholy concoction of the two, but I feel like largely you're explaining why you hate the word. But
Yeah.
just the other week, I showed you that jacket with the word faggot embroidered on the back.
rhinestones
Yeah.
stuff.
And you said you loved it. You said it was metal as all get out.
It was, but like it also kind of wanted to make me vomit a little bit in a mix of like embarrassment and shame. I couldn't really like explain it in the moment.
Okay, well, I mean, you gotta help with poker games.
Yeah, we kind of develop that, don't you? When you well, anyway, I'm not saying you can't reclaim the word. I'm just saying that. Well, I don't know. It's sort of like I'm not really ready to hear it so casually in conversation when it's so inextricably linked to violence.
Right, but sticks and stones?
Yeah, I suppose, but I guess in my personal experience, which I'm not saying is universal by any means, but it's a little bit more apt to say words actually do hurt me because the people who use words as weapons are never that far away from picking up sticks and stones, which they can then use as weapons against me.
Apt but not concise.
Yeah, I didn't really roll with the tongue, did I?
No, it really doesn't. And I kind of disagree. Like, I feel like we can't give words that power. You know, especially when these slurs are kind of made to induce fear and shame, right? And I just feel like we are supposed to have pride in just being who we are, right?
Yeah, and like in principle I agree, but it's just in practice, my gut feeling. I well, you kind of remind me of when I was 16 and I had this friend, Michael, and okay, you can laugh at this. We had a habit of dressing up and putting on, what was it, punk, emo, goth, bitch makeup. It was the 2000s, you had to be there. And basically we kind of, oh, you're right.
You should get that fixed sometime.
Yeah.
Anyway, keep going.
These things splits up. But basically, we had a habit of going around town and holding hands, and it was the same sex not attraction, affection. That's the right word. Where it just enraged the inhabitants of our small town so much. And well, okay, on a typical night, we'd get wolf whistles, catcalled, called lesbians. Oddly enough, we get fairies, puffs, and like you said, fags. So, and I remember this one time, there was this guy at a pub called the Railway Arms, just on our high street, and he clearly had a few, but he downed the next one and shot the glass at our admittedly fashionable Doc Marten feet. But it shattered right in front of us, and I remember wanting to turn around and run away, but Michael grabbed my hand harder and started shouting back at the guy, no outs. Anyway, yeah, no, and then when he finally did turn us around, he whispered in my ear, keep your head, fuck 'em, all of them, don't let them know you're scared. And that's when I got this new dangerous thought that maybe if we want to live in a world where we're not afraid, then we have to start pretending that we're not. And that's kind of what you're saying. I guess holding his hand made me feel that.
Right. That's kind of horrible and kind of beautiful at the same time, like a French bulldog.
Now that's slander. French bulldog, are you kidding? They're God's fucked up, ugly, slobbering creatures. But anyway, have you had a moment like that where you were like scared to come out but were like brave anyway?
Oh, I mean, yeah. So speaking of God, I went to Catholic school. Surprise, surprise.
Well, there were nuns involved, I believe you mentioned.
Yeah, like nuns and everything. And so I got into a good high school thanks to that, and a good uni thanks to mom and dad. But oh no, Catholic guilt.
But so you knew that,
Oh, I knew I was gay. Well,
yeah.
by when I was like 12, and then I kind of knew that my parents would be okay with it because my mom's best friend was a lesbian, and when I was in high school at prom, I got so fucking hammered and I kissed a girl, and so pretty. And
relate.
this wave of panic just like washed over me, and I ran back to my dorm and I grabbed my I called my mom and I made her get my dad and put me on speaker, and I was like just incoherently like blabbering because I was so drunk. And I got down on my knees and I thought I had to confess, right? Like just being a good little Catholic. And I was like, feel invincible. Just like having that affirmation made me feel like I don't have to be scared anymore of anything really. Because you know, like growing up, I've heard like a lot of like horror stories like the ones you told.
And I mean, to be clear, it wasn't all that bad. Like, I mean, so when I was in like second year college and stuff, I kind of found my group of sad, gothy, gay peeps.
Not the cool gays.
Cool gays. Sorry, just 1 second. What about this? These slippers are
You said it, not me. Keep going.
Anyway, we kind of found each other, and we were like slightly less sad and gothy having found each other or whatever.
Right.
I mean, it was still the 2010s. We all had these problems like mental health and, you know, parents kicking us out, or there was a lot of drugs and or binge drinking, which wasn't great. But we still had each other.
Right.
And I guess like we had this shared mentality that once we left college and got to uni, everything would be okay. We'd be free. We'd be all okay. Then we started to realize, hang on a second, our teenage years were so fucking difficult, right?
Yeah.
And I guess it's because we had like no sex education, none really, and no positive role models to look up to. And if we did, they were a cis heteronormative, always white couple that just they were so not what we were looking for. And then above all, right, the very essence of who we are as people, as gay people, was reduced to an insult or a slur to mean weird and different. And I don't know, man.
Right.
It was 2000s was not a good time, and everything coming after that, it kind of sucks. And like, I guess one of the problems was that we didn't really have any queer elders to look up to.
Because like you lived in a small town.
No, because they all died of AIDS. Or most of them did anyway, and kind of poisoned the community against the ones who were coming up and those that were left.
Yeah. I mean, I knew about this, but I guess I never really thought about how relatively recent that all was.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so when I say fag,
God, it just kind of makes me feel. Well, it more reminds me of Harry Brown and him turning to all his friends and calling me weird, and Sean Asuke getting bullied, or my dad being red in the face, or the guy outside the pub throwing a glass at my feet. But I guess it also kind of makes me remember when Michael held my hand and told me to be brave, or my college friends. So what? I'm not bloody after a quick culture, am I? But I don't know. I'm not going to stop you from saying the word fag, but I'm just going to not be as comfortable to hear it in casual conversation. But I'll try not to flinch when you say you look.
just 100% fantastic.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, no, I'll try to be brave.